I heard God's voice. He was
You
like,
heard his
I
voice?
am looking the couch.
The Lord told you that, really?
It was the Lord,
He
nothing but the
spoke to you.
Lord.
He
Said,
spoke to you.
the couch.
What's up,
Hey
everybody?
guys.
How y'all doing? We are live this week. We were off last week. Well, I was off somewhat last week. Um, Taking a little bit of a break, but we are back today for Maximized Monday.
Mm-hmm.
We see people coming on. Y'all come on in and share at this time. Hi, Keisha. How are you?
Thank you, Keisha.
Come on in and share, and as we go through a conversation today,
Mm-hmm.
um, as we talk, as we converse. Um, I think I know what we're going to talk about today. As we talk,
Uh-oh.
verse,
Uh-oh.
around life, God, word, joke, crack jokes, all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
As everybody is coming on, July is right around the corner. Um,
Crazy.
I know, literally this Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Sunday's communion won't be uh, outdoors; it'll only be online, virtual. It's the holiday weekend, so we're going to just show a video of it. You can watch it on your device this coming Sunday at 6 o'clock with your elements out as we celebrate the Lord's Supper. Are you barbecuing on 4th of July? Do you do that?
Mm, I don't know. We don't really do that.
You don't go get your burnt hot dog?
I'm never having a hot dog again, Pastor Nick.
Why?
Because I saw a video on Facebook where someone took it and put it underneath the microscope, and you're seeing like all the microorganisms and hairs and other stuff that's in it. So
That's why you clean it and cook it.
yeah, I'm not having a hot dog anymore.
Well, I mean, when they told you, I mean, when they told people that, hey Carolyn, when they told people that hot
Hey.
leftover stuff, they're not lying.
Oh no, I believe it now.
Yeah, I mean, it's the leftovers, and like some of the stuff they feed the pigs. I think that's what you're seeing too. Now, I'm never giving up pork unless like I have to. I
Mm-hmm.
eat it every now and then for the most part, but uh, I'm still eat some sausage every now and then.
Every now and then, but at
Right.
least hot dogs, I am done.
Thank Pastor Moorfield. Ain't nothing like a burnt hot dog.
Burnt hot dogs are good. I am in agreement, but I guess I can't.
What's up? What's up, Joel? Now I'd rather have a sausage than a hot dog. Give me a nice hot link. I'm cool with that over
Mm.
a hot dog. Y'all still like 7 years old. So um anyway, so let's get started on this topic so we can get going. What we were
Okay.
talking about mental health for the past since May, right?
Mm-hmm.
Checking on mental health, emotional health, and trying to like go through some tips on what to do, on how to regulate and manage your thought process. Now, one of the things I want to discuss is a topic of projection.
Mm.
Projection, which
Mm-hmm.
is something that uh, many people do. All of us do, where we see things through our bias and we project us on something, which
Mm-hmm.
means we're not seeing the thing clearly. We're only seeing it through the lens of our own hangups, our own struggles, our own biases, etc. And it's so interesting that you can actually do that in scripture too.
Mm.
You read the Bible according to your bias and you see
Yeah.
what you want to see in it and take it completely out of context.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was thinking about something the other day. It was just, you randomly think about stuff. And it
Yeah.
popped in my head. I'm probably going to do a video about this. Uh, when people use the phrase, you're just hating as a default.
Mm.
Usually when people say, well, you're just hating, is usually because they don't have any intelligent way to defend themselves.
Right.
So the only thing they can do is lump back on you just hating because they really have nothing else to go on.
Right.
to counter what you think.
Mhm.
Uh, and it's easy just to throw that out there and just say, you're just a hater, rather than just acknowledging that, one, people may not be hating, they may just not like you. two,
Right.
two, people are allowed to like what they like and what they don't like. So you say for instance, you say, I don't like those shoes. The person, oh, you just a hater. How am I
Uh-huh.
hating on something that I don't like? I'm never going to buy in the first place. Three, have you noticed that people that always talk about other people hating always have the most to say, are the most critical,
Mhm.
right? About other people. But when they do it, it's a fair critique.
Right.
But when others do it, you're just a hater.
How does that work? How does that work?
It's it's an it's an emotional way to just reduce everything to you're just hating, because
Mhm.
I don't have what it takes to explain my point or
Mhm.
prove you wrong, or I can't prove you wrong.
Mhm.
So instead of just saying, look, I want to be stuck and believe in this, even though it's crazy and wrong, you're just saying,
Mhm. Mhm.
but it's that projection thing. How I
Yeah.
feel about me is how I interpret the world through those lenses.
Mhm.
So if I always feel like I'm critiqued, if I always feel like people don't like me, I always say, well, you're just hating. Um, let's I'll say this last point now. At least I think so, and I'll let you just run in and talk. Um, like let's take relationships. People have a right to their preference.
Mhm.
Some people like them tall, some people like them shorter, some people like them thinner, some people like them bigger, some people like them lighter, dark, whatever. Everybody has a right to their preference, right? And if somebody doesn't like how you look, then that's fine. It's not, you have a preference. We all do. I know people
Mhm.
who want people to accept them for the way they look, but they'll be the first ones to tell you they don't want somebody that looks like them.
Uh-huh.
What is that? Like, are you serious? Like,
Mhm.
but then it's mad. Well, how come you supposed to accept me as I am, but we don't accept the person for who they are?
Right.
But again, it goes back to that projection. If I don't like it about me, then I won't like it in others. But I want people to like it in me, even though I don't like it. You see, how crazy this
I'm
is.
starting to get confused. Yeah.
But but you get the point of what I'm saying.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Is that a lot of our judgments are projection.
Mhm.
And throughout life, we have to ask ourselves, am I seeing this clearly? And if I'm not seeing it clearly, then
Mhm.
I need to take a step back and learn to see beyond my biases, my viewpoints, my own projections.
Mhm.
As quiet as it's kept, we could be wrong in
Yeah.
the way we see life. Because it's not about what
Absolutely.
you see, it's about how you see. All
Mhm.
right, that was my little
And
rant. Came out.
that's what I was gonna say. I feel like sometimes it can be hard for us to see our own faults, so we're just can never be wrong. Um, but it's easy for us to see the faults of other people.
Mm,
And I think I don't know, I feel like if we were able to forgive ourselves, we'd be a little bit more lenient towards other people and some of the things that, we might not like about them or whatnot. But it's true. I
yeah.
mean, there's a lot that goes into it in terms of how what that does to your confidence,
Mhm.
you know? So,
Yeah. I I mean, I've never met a highly critical person that's not highly critical of themselves.
yeah.
Because how we treat ourselves is how we treat other people. There's
Mhm.
no way around it. It's come on, evangelist. There's no way around.
No.
Um, if I'm hypercritical of myself, I'm hypercritical of others.
Mhm.
If I focus on a lot of self-deprecation, I believe a lot of people are talking down to me.
Mhm.
You ever had somebody say, "Why are you talking to me like I'm stupid?" And you're like, "That never
Just
came
talking
across."
to you.
Right, I'm just talking to you. But to them,
Yeah.
that's their own way of filtering what and how you said it.
Mhm.
Um,
And I think when we're in that too, like, that puts our defenses up,
mhm.
right? And that makes us lash out when really, like you said, it's not a big deal. I'm just having a conversation with you, you know?
Yeah. Like you, yeah, like you feel that way. It doesn't necessarily
Mhm.
mean,
Mhm.
I feel that way.
Mhm.
But again, it's that projection piece.
But do you think that people are clueless, or do they have some inkling where they know, okay, something's not quite right here, or this is something an area that I need to work on?
It takes a lot of strength to acknowledge your faults and your weaknesses.
Mhm.
And some people don't do that. So now I've grown to the point now where whenever something happens, the first person I look at is me.
Mhm.
Did I do something to cause this? Or did the person do something that was okay, but the way I filtered it was wrong?
Mhm.
Or was the person just wrong?
Mhm.
Because I'm sure you and I and all of us can admit there are times where some days we were very sensitive
Yeah.
and somebody said something that wouldn't offend you the day before, but
Mhm.
something about that day just,
It
you
was
know,
the wrong
yeah, it
day.
was the wrong day. And so the question is, was it the day or was it what the person said?
Mhm.
And sometimes it could be what the person said, but you just didn't have the tolerance to deal with it. But
Right.
there are times where somebody said something completely normal and we just took it wrong because we were just,
Mhm.
so we have to learn to check ourselves. Am I being too sensitive? Did I filter it wrong? Or was the
Mhm.
person or the situation just wrong and I filtered it right? But that
Yeah.
takes some introspection,
Mhm.
deliberation, prayer, and thinking. You know, is it me? Or
Mhm.
is it legit this person did X, Y, and Z to me?
Mhm. Yeah. I think that's important because that can create a whole different outcome for things and avoid a whole bunch of different problems that just didn't need to be. So, like for me, I know sometimes, or something that I struggle with sometimes, is feeling like I'm not being heard. And I take responsibility in that too. And, of making sure that I am speaking up instead of being shy and wanting to, hide or run away. So, like, it would be very easy for me to be like, oh no, you weren't listening and blah, blah, blah. Where I'm like, "Okay, no, I need to," like you said, take a step back and say, "Okay, am I speaking up? Am I speaking clearly? Am I,
Yeah,
able to have those type of conversations and, um, s stand up for myself,
yeah,
without just getting stuck into my emotions," you know?
yeah. So I know somebody who does that, and
Mhm.
by the time they do speak up, it's almost like a lash out,
Yeah.
and it comes across a little stronger than it needs to be.
Mhm.
I'm like telling the person, well, you can't blame the person when you purposely didn't say anything.
Yeah.
You can't get mad at what you allow, and then when you finally come out, it's like a darn animal coming out of a cage, ready to consume everybody
Yeah.
in their path. Y'all don't never listen to me. Ah! You know, but I think, and I get it, for a woman that can be kind of challenging, especially in some environments where you may feel
Mhm.
like you're not heard.
Yeah.
Most women usually have a tendency. Most men in those cases will keep speaking up because we crazy.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
most women kind of take a little step back and don't want to ruffle feathers and stuff.
Mhm.
But I've been there before. I think all of us have, where we accepted behavior that we didn't like, and then by the time that the straw broke the camel's back, we just, and the person's like,
Yeah.
"Why are you so upset?" And you're like,
And
"It's
then that's what
all this."
creates the stereotype too. It's because 'cause you're just lashing out instead of all the other times that you had the opportunity to, I don't know,
Yeah,
find that confidence or whatever, but
yeah. I mean, I think all of us struggle with that in some way, shape, or form,
for
where,
sure.
we'll be quiet to keep the peace.
Mhm.
We won't say nothing just to, you know, I don't want to ruffle any feathers. But I've learned the feathers are going to be ruffled anyway in this situation. So I might
Some
as
yeah.
well say something. I might as well say
Mhm.
something. At least because if everything goes down, you can never say I never said nothing.
Right.
I said it.
Exactly.
You chose not to listen to it.
I got the receipts right here.
There you
It
go.
was said.
Right.
Yeah.
It was said. But
Uh-huh.
I think whether it's something said or something done, we all have a tendency to allow our fears or insecurities to get in the way of doing things because we're afraid of how the person's going to respond.
Mhm.
This little movie's a little graphic in certain scenes, but I love this movie, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Mhm.
It came out years ago, and I'm still mad they didn't do part 2 and 3 to it. Uh, is with I think Mara Rooney and Daniel Craig is in
Uh-huh.
it.
Mhm.
And not to throw out the movie out. It's a great psychological. Did you watch it?
I think so, but I don't remember what it's
It's
about.
a great psychological thriller. It is. Oh, I'm so mad he didn't do the rest of the movie to this. Uh,
Mhm.
but I'll put it out there. The guy said basically he invited him back in the house. He said you came in knowing who I was, but you still chose to come in anyway. I'm paraphrasing. And
Mhm.
it's been a long since I said it. I think he said the fear of hurt, basically the fear of hurting somebody's feelings overcomes the fear of your life being in danger.
Mm.
So he's like, you knew I was going to hurt you,
Mhm.
but yet you still came anyway because you didn't want to hurt my feelings. To
Mhm.
me, that when he said that, that explained people to a T.
Yeah.
We'll be willing to hurt ourselves to preserve somebody else's feelings that don't care about ours,
Mhm.
willing to hurt us,
Mhm.
no consideration of us while we consider them. And that explained perfectly what we do.
Yeah.
So afraid of hurting somebody's feelings that we'll walk into the mouth of a lion
Mhm.
and let them chew us up,
Mhm.
consume us, because we're afraid of making a decision that's best for us.
Yeah.
But again, it goes
It
back to projection.
I was gonna say, and we expect for that same thing to happen for us in return, and
Mhm.
that's not always the case either.
Nope, they're not going to do it. They
Yep.
are not going to do it. But that goes back to that projection.
Yeah.
I feel I don't want them to reject me. I'm gonna feel some type of way if they do. So if
Mhm.
it hurts me, I'll
Mhm.
do stuff for their acceptance, knowing darn well they won't accept you.
Yep.
They still won't.
Yep.
This is what people I'm talking about people like selfish people or those types of people, but it's still there. And I think we all need to be aware of our own projections and how we filter life.
Mhm.
So much of how we filter life and what we say and what we do comes through us,
Mhm.
and how we see things.
So
It's
then
all,
how do we start to become more aware of that then?
I think a part of it is learning number one to be aware of your issues. You have to know your
Mhm.
crazy side,
Mhm.
and be aware of, okay, I'm thinking crazy. I'm a little off right now. I think there's an awareness there.
Yeah.
Uh, there's asking for the help of God to help give you clear thoughts so you can think clearly. The word helps you think clearly. And then also asking somebody too. All right, look, this is what happened.
Mhm.
And tell the truth when you do this, because usually we tell our side of it.
Uh-huh.
Whole truth. This is what happened. This is how I responded. Tell me if I was wrong. But
Yeah.
usually we tell our side and leave out important
Well,
details.
true. But is that helpful if you're going to someone who's just as crazy as you?
No, you have to go to somebody that's impartial,
Yeah.
somebody that loves you but is not afraid to tell you the truth, and say, look,
Mhm.
you could have did it better this way.
Right.
You responded wrong here. Yes, you were valid in your feelings, but it could have been done another way. And
Mhm.
usually when I'm not thinking clear, I go ask somebody that I know got some wisdom and say, look, help me out here. This is what
Mhm.
happened. This is how I interpret it. Let me know if I'm wrong or not. Should I respond to it? Or if I responded, did I respond wrong? What could I have done better?
Yeah.
Um, but I think those things are very important. And then sometimes I've learned giving stuff time for the truth to come out. You don't have to respond to everything immediately.
Mhm.
Some things you got to deal with quick. Other things you can kind of just take your time and let the truth reveal itself.
Yeah.
Like you knew this person was lying, but you couldn't prove it.
Yeah.
You kind of just sit back and let time kind of.
Yeah. And I think that's where we can get in trouble too, because 'cause we're so quick to try and prove a point instead of, like you said, just letting the chips fall where they may and letting them speak for themselves.
Yes. I'll quote a line from Star Wars: "Patience, Padawan. Patience. Learn,
Mhm.
slow down some." Did you watch
Yeah,
Last Kenobi?
I did.
Oh my God, that was so
So
good.
good, so
Yeah.
good.
But learning to slow down some. And I think that's what got. Well, if you watch the last, I won't spoil if you didn't watch Kenobi. If you don't care, I'll kind of just. But like his whole premise during the flashback fight was, your goal is just to win. Slow down some.
Mhm. Mhm.
And again, His same issue got him in trouble
Yep.
and got him defeated this last episode because he didn't learn how to control this part of him.
Mhm.
Because again,
Yep.
his own projections.
Mm.
Uh, but the way we see ourselves, perception leads to projection. How I see myself usually dictates how I see my world.
Mhm.
If I don't like me, I think everybody else doesn't like me. And it comes across in how we act. You either overly passive and fearful, or you're overly aggressive to make people accept you.
Yeah.
We flip,
Mhm.
but there's got to be some middle ground in there. And here's my thing: if there's something about you you don't like and you can change it, guess what? Change it.
Put the work in. You can do it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that hard. I mean, it can be hard, but I mean, the answer is simple, but the implementation is difficult. If there are
Yeah.
some things about you that you can change, and you don't like it, change it. Instead of
Mhm.
sitting there, oh, I hate this. Oh, I don't like this, but it's within your scope to make some changes.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying you gotta go around and be one of these people that are addicted to plastic surgery or whatever you think, or or if it's just a certain.
Uh-huh.
If you don't not you want to practice how you talk to people, there are classes on how to communicate better. Just
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. Yeah. Some things we just need to take responsibility for.
Yeah,
And like you said, if we have it within our powers to make those changes, then do it. The hardest part of it is just getting started.
yeah, yeah. I grew the more hair I lost on the top of my head, the more I let this grow in because I
Uh-huh.
needed something to balance this out. I don't think I look right with just this and a goatee or just no hair and nothing.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, let me balance this out some. I couldn't fix this,
Yes.
unless I had money to get like, an implant
You
or whatever, like LeBron be getting.
know, they do some pretty amazing things nowadays with
I
these
am
fake
not
toupees
getting
and
a male sew in. I am not doing it. I refuse to get a
oh
male sew
boy.
or or that Rogaine, whatever they use to kind of
Uh-huh.
whatever they use. Um, but again, I can't change this, but I can work on this and keep this and
Right.
balance it out some.
Mhm.
But again, projection. And a lot of what gets us in trouble in scripture is not often how we see God, but how we see ourselves.
Mhm.
Because how we see ourselves can dictate how we see God. So Numbers
Mhm.
13, God tells them go take the land. They say we can't do it. They're giants. In our own eyes, we're grasshoppers. In
Yeah.
their eyes, they're grasshoppers. Um, I'm not going to do it, Kev. No worries. I refuse. I refuse. Um, but again, it was projection.
Yeah.
We can't do this, and God can't use us to get this.
Mhm.
So their perception of themselves are small, thus reducing God in their own eyes.
Yeah.
But again, the issue was about how they saw themselves.
Mhm.
And that led them to struggle to believe that God can do it through them.
Mhm.
All right, sorry.
Crazy. And then to think, like, how much are we missing out on just because of what we think we can't do? That's what gets me every time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Think of all the opportunities we gave up on.
Mhm.
Oh, hey, hi, my leader. How many opportunities we lost because we couldn't see ourselves doing it?
Mhm.
We couldn't think other people could accept us doing X, Y, and Z. Um, I know deliverance comes in different ways, but I remember Cat Williams said years ago, it's called self-esteem.
Mhm.
He said it's not about how other people feel about you. It's called
Yeah.
self-esteem, thus self-esteem. And
Mhm.
he went in on that topic, but it made sense though. Something we
Yeah.
say all the time, but you never really consider it till somebody starts talking about it. It's not called other people's esteem. It's called
Yep.
about how I see myself. So I'm not saying we don't care about what everybody thinks. You care about what the right people think.
Mhm.
But it's the bigger thing is how do you feel about yourself?
Yeah.
Because all the right people can see all the good in you, and you can do this and you can do that, and oh praise, and you're like, no, I can't do it, can't do it. Self-perception.
Yeah. And I mean, just thinking that too, what Bishop spoke on yesterday about the words that we use and how we speak over ourselves, and we're sowing those seeds into the fruit of our harvest or not, you know? So that same thing, if we're constantly saying, oh, I'm not good enough or I'm not qualified, whatever,
Mhm.
you know, that's what it's going to be.
Yeah. Yeah. So our encouragement to you all is learn to work on how you see yourself and be honest how you see yourself.
My phone's ringing.
Okay.
Sorry.
Be completely honest. You probably have no idea where it is. Be completely honest,
I know where my phone's at.
right, about how you see yourself, your issues, your struggles, and ask the Holy Ghost to help you. Go get some counseling, go through the
Hmm.
Word of God, and know that this is a journey. It's not going to change all at once. This is a journey,
Right.
it's a lifestyle. It takes a, it took us years to build up this view of self. It's going to take years to overcome this view of self.
Hmm.
And it takes time, and you have to do the work to overcome. And there's some things you may never like about you, right? But guess what? It's okay. You'll learn that what you don't like about you isn't all of you.
Hmm.
It's just a part of who you are.
Right.
It's a part of who you are. It's not going to, it just is what it is. I got big feet. They don't have foot shrinking surgery yet. I mean, work with what you got. But it's not all of who you are. We have a way of
Yeah.
diminishing ourselves because of a few things we don't like about us. Rather than understand that's a part of who I am. It's not all of who I am.
Hmm. Hmm.
I learned to work on that. Hope you guys enjoyed this
Amen.
because we're going to be off next week because next Monday is considered a holiday. No, no, next Monday is 4th of July.
Is it? It is next. Oh,
Yeah, next
yeah.
Monday is 4th of July. Yeah. Yeah, so
Happy
we off next
Independence Day.
Monday. I don't have a girl yet. I'm too cheap to buy one. I kind of want one.
Oh, is it? Not yet.
And not a big,
We have one. At least we have one. We just don't use it.
but I want a smoker, like a wood
Yeah.
smoker. I want one. It costs a little money. And I'm like, yeah, do I really want to spend that much money on a
Hmm.
grill? I know that the black man urged the grills. It's coming on me, but the cheapness in me doesn't want to buy a grill though. uh, and I don't want no regular charcoal, no little cheap charcoal grill.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna lay that thing out. Anyway, we're off next Monday, but don't forget to join us. What's tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night is Safe House Men's Ministry.
7 o'clock, Safe House Men's Ministry.
Hmm.
Wednesday Bible study as we
Hmm.
hopefully conclude this series on worship. I hope we can. Um,
I heard you say that a couple weeks ago
we
too.
were supposed to, and then the conversation got delayed. But
Uh-huh.
hopefully we can finish this week, and then Thursday's nothing, right?
Correct. It's on point Saturday.
On point Saturday, and we do have service
Hmm.
outside on Sunday the 3rd. And don't forget, communion is just virtual for the month of July. And we're getting ready for Bishop's anniversary too.
Yeah, 32 years.
32 years, the fourth Sunday of July. We're sowing at least $100 into his life for his anniversary. Some are doing more, but we'll talk more about that in the weeks to come. Anything else, Maya?
No, that's it.
We
Hope you
good?
guys have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, you guys have a great day. Yo, Kevin, don't forget to let me know about those cookies from Wegmans you was talking about. I meant to go up there, but I forgot the name of them. Maybe on my cheat day, I'll try a couple of them. All right, y'all. If all hearts and minds are clear, we love you all. We appreciate you. And we'll see y'all later on Maximize Monday. Kev, don't forget about me like Desiree does. Bye, y'all.
Oh, shade.
Yeah.